Hello
with the jail. This is Judge Hazel. Can the jail tell us if we have any Spanish speakers tonight?
No, we do not, Your Honor.
We will release the interpreter then. Thank you. Hey, the person that's sitting there, can I have your name, please?
Patron James Kelly.
Did you say your name is Mr. Cannon?
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're sorry? Okay, if we have victims on the phone, if you could please mute yourself until it's your turn. Mr. Cannon, you're here today because you have several warrants for your arrest. First, you have a warrant out of Marana. I'm going to release you on that warrant and give you a new court date of February 11th at 10 a.m. in the Marana City Court. So you are being released on that charge. You also have 2 warrants out of Justice Court. On each of those warrants, what I'm going to do is appoint Robert Cicero to be your attorney and set a total bond at $200 and give you a new court date of Tuesday, 2 days from now at 1 p.m. with Judge Foreman. If you post the $200 bond, you will be released. Otherwise, you will remain in custody until that next court date. All right, Mr. Cannon, you also have, let's look here, 12 files from the city of, 12 warrants out of the city of Tucson as well. What I'm going to do on these warrants, I'm going to set your bond at $1,200 in total on those Tucson warrants. So your total bond is going to be $1,400. I am going to impose standard release conditions, including no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, no firearms. In the city of Tucson, I am appointing a public defender to represent you. Your Tucson case, I'm going to give you a new court date of the 27th at 1:45 by video. If you post all your bonds, you must appear in Tucson on February the 3rd. Good luck to you, sir.
Tyler.
Hi, can I have your name?
Tyler Matey.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on 2 different things. First, you have a warrant out of Justice Court for driving on a suspended license. I'm going to release you with standard release conditions and give you a new court date in Justice Court on the 21st, 3 days from now. So you are being released, but you must appear in Justice Court on the 21st at 11 a.m. But I am releasing you. Let's go on to your Tucson City case. You also have a case out of the city of Tucson for trespass and paraphernalia. On that charge, I am releasing you with standard release conditions, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no weapons, giving you a new court date of February the 18th at 2 p.m. So on both cases, you are being released and you must appear. First one is on the 21st and then in February. You'll get a copy of both of these dates, okay? Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tyler.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Gina Gamelito Leon Sanchez.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today on a number of things. I'm here to conduct your initial appearance. First, you have 2 warrants out of Justice Court for shoplifting. Based on those failures to appear, what I'm going to do in each case is set a bond in the amount of $100 and give you a new court date of Tuesday at 1 o'clock with Judge Foreman, Justice Court. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. Don't return to the scene of the crime. You have no contact with victims in both of those cases. I'm appointing Robert Pizarro to be your lawyer. So on your justice court cases, your total bond is $200. You also have cases out of Tucson City Court as well. Let's take a look at those. You have 5 cases or 4 cases out of the city of Tucson that are all warrants. What I'm going to do is set your bond at $100 and set your case for a video review on the 26th. And set your bond at $400. Standard release conditions will apply as well. I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender of the City of Tucson to represent you in those all future proceedings. So you're going to have court on the 20th and the 26th. Your total bond is $600. Good luck to you, ma'am. Hi, can I have your name?
Espinosa, Vindiola.
Yeah, I'm Judge Hazel. You have some different things going on today. First, you have charges out of the Justice Court. On those Justice Court cases, let me get your case up on the computer. The purpose of this hearing is for me to set release conditions. I am going to release you on these charges on the Justice Court matter and give you a new court date on the 28th.
Okay,
You must appear at that time at 8:30 in the morning with Judge Steele. Fail to appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. So on your Justice Court case, you are being released. You also have cases out of the city of Tucson. Let's take a look at those. You have warrants out of the city of Tucson. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date with those same release conditions on February the 24th at 9 a.m. in Tucson City Court. So you're being released on everything, but you must make your future court dates, okay?
okay,
Good luck.
thank you.
Good luck to you.
Jose?
Sir, can I have your name?
Jose Valenzuela Contreras III.
Can you guys help me out? Tell me what number this is. Is it 101? Sir, hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have 3 warrants out of the city of Tucson. What I'm going to do in your case is I am going to set your bond at $100 and give you a new court date on the 27th at 1:45 by video with standard release conditions. You post the bond, you will be released, but you must appear in court, no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. I am appointing the Office of the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you. If you do post the bond, your new court date will be February the 23rd. We're going to give you a copy of that date. If you bond out, make sure you make your court date, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck to you.
Montano.
Can I have your name, please?
Timothy Lorenzo Montano.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You have 2 warrants out of the city of Tucson. What I'm going to do is set your bond at $100 and give you a new court date on January the 28th at 1:30 p.m. with Judge Million. I'm appointing the office of the Tucson Public Defender to represent you. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. If you post the bond, you must appear in court, otherwise you'll be seen by video appearance. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Johnson.
Can I have your name, please?
I just wanted.
Judge Hazel, you're here today because you have 10 warrants out of the city of Tucson. What I'm going to do is set your bond in the amount of $1,000 and give you a new court date of the 26th at 1:45 PM with standard release conditions. Those conditions will include no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. I'm also appointing the office of the Tucson Public Defender to represent you in all further proceedings. So your bond has been set at $1,000. Your new court date is the 26th. If you post the bond, you must appear in person in Tucson City Court. If not, you'll appear by video with the assistance of your attorney. Good luck to you. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Esan Alvarado, Your Honor.
Good evening. I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here to conduct your initial appearance. You're charged with misconduct with weapons, aggravated assault, domestic violence. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Judge, given the nature of the offense, the state recommends a bond of $75,000.
Thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're asking you to consider a much lower bond, something in around 10,000. He doesn't have any felony priors, despite the nature of the offense. He doesn't have an active MVCA flag. He's also only scoring a 2 on both of the scales. He's got verified lifelong residence here, full-time employment, and he can stay with his mother away from the victim and the residence. So for those reasons, and given that he's only a level 1 on the pretrial services matrix, we're asking that you consider $10,000 bond.
Thank you. I'm going to set the bond at $25,000 cash secured. Pretrial if bond is posted. I'm going to set this matter for preliminary hearing on January the 28th at 1:30 PM. Standard release conditions will apply, including no driving without a license, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. If bond is posted, I'm going to direct that he surrender firearms. No contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. Lastly, I'm appointing the office of the public defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. So, sir, your next court date is the 28th at 1:30 PM. Good luck to you, sir. It's a different person, or is this the same one? Can I have your name, please?
Xavier Beltran.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on 2 income complaints. One's a theft of means of transportation. The other is criminal damage. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Your Honor, the state has no objection to pretrial services release.
Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we don't have any objection to that either.
Okay, sir, based on the recommendations of the attorneys, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date. That's going to be on February the 9th at 1:30 PM in Justice Court here in downtown Tucson. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in all further proceedings. So you are being released. Your next court date is going to be February the 9th. So you are being released and supervised by pretrial services. Good luck to you, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, you have a city warrant. I'm sorry, I missed that. That's my mistake. I'm going to release you on your city charges as well. Let's go over your city charges. On city court, you have charges of disorderly conduct, domestic violence. I'm going to give you a new court date with Judge Hale. On the 23rd of February at 9 a.m. Standard release conditions that I went over earlier will apply in this case as well. So you are being released on all your cases, sir. Good luck to you. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Good morning.
Can you repeat that so I can hear it? Counsel, can you tell me who's sitting with you, please?
Sure, it's Kabina Jenkins.
Okay, thank you for helping out. Ms. Jenkins, you're here today on a multitude of things. First, you have a felony charge of organized retail theft. And then I believe you have 7 warrants out of justice court and 4 warrants out of city court. Does the state have a position on Ms. Jenkins' felony matter?
Judge, the state recommends pretrial services release unless you are going to hold her on the misdemeanors, and then we would recommend a $1,000 bond.
He's being held on the misdemeanors. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, if she's being held on the misdemeanors, then we're asking for a nominal bond of $100 as it's mostly for time credit purposes. It doesn't need to be as high as $1,000 as she would just be released normally if this was just the felony we were dealing with.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on the 28th. I'm going to set the bond at $1,000 cash secured, pre-trial posted. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no contact with any victims. Don't go to the scene of the crime. I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender. Let's go on to the 6 justice court cases now. On each justice court case, I'm going to appoint Amanda Bynum as the attorney. Standard release conditions will apply. All cases will get a new court date of January the 20th at 1 p.m. with Judge Foreman, 2 days from now. So the total bond on justice court cases is $600. Let me work through those and then we'll go on to the city court cases. All right, let's go on to her city court cases. Now she has 3 warrants out of the city of Tucson. On her city cases, I'm going to set a total bond in the amount of $300 and appoint the Tucson City Public Defender to represent her in all further proceedings. I'm setting this matter with standard release conditions on a video review on January the 26th at 1:45 p.m. So ma'am, your total bond is in the amount of $1,900. You have court on the 20th, the 26th, the 28th. Good luck to you, ma'am. Can you change it, please? Thank you. Yeah, thanks for changing the date. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Laura Merlin.
Judge Hazel, I'm here to conduct your initial appearance. You're here today on several things. First, you're charged with aggravated domestic violence out of the Justice Court. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Judge, the state recommends a bond of $25,000, given the nature of the offense as well as the extensive misdemeanor domestic violence history.
Thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're asking you to consider a much lower bond than the 25,000. She is a level 1 on the pretrial services matrix. She's only scoring a 2 on the NCA scale, a 3 on the FTA scale. She also has somewhere else she can live away from the residence and the victim at her sister's home. She is also currently applying for disability, so she has a low financial situation. So we'd ask you to consider that as well in your bond.
Thank you. First, on the new felony matter, I'm going to set the bond at $10,000 cash secured. Set this matter for a preliminary hearing on the 28th. Bond is posted, supervision through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. Lastly, I'm appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant. Let's go on to the Tucson City Court case now. In Tucson City, you have a warrant for your arrest for disorderly conduct, domestic violence. You also have a pending probation violation. What I'm going to do is set your bond at $500 cash secured. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you on that matter. I'm going to set the matter for a video review on January 27th, 2026 at 1:45 p.m. If you post all of these bonds and are released, you must appear on February the 3rd at 1:30 p.m. Good luck to you, ma'am. I signed the PTO. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jessica Romero, sir.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with theft of a credit card. A felony matter. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Judge, the state recommends a bond of $5,000 given the criminal history.
Thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're asking you to consider release to pretrial. She has a camper that she's living in that she can move to a different location. She can also stay with some in-laws if she needs to. This is a nonviolent offense. She doesn't have any sort of active MVCA flag. And so we're asking, she does part-time maintenance. So given her financial situation, we're asking you just consider release to pretrial on this matter.
Thank you. I'm going to take the following actions. I'm going to set this for a preliminary hearing on January the 28th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to set a cash secured bond in the amount of $2,500. Pretrial of bond is posted. Standard release conditions, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. Again, I am appointing the public defender in all further proceedings. Ma'am, your new court date is the 28th. Good luck to you. Your bond is $2,500. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Heather Nicole Taylor.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with possession of narcotic drug for sale, possession of dangerous drugs for sale, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The state have a position on this matter?
Judge, the state recommends a bond of $30,000 given her criminal history, including 8 prior convictions, 2 pending cases, and it looks like she's on probation as well.
Okay, so you're asking that in lieu of a no bond hearing?
Correct, Judge.
Thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we recognize that a bond is being requested in lieu of no bond. And so we are still asking for a lower amount than the current recommendation of 30,000. She is working full time. She does have an apartment that she gets assistance through one of the local organizations. She doesn't have any sort of active NBCA flag. This is a nonviolent offense, so we're asking for something lower, just given her financial situation.
Thank you. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on January 28th. I'm going to follow the state's recommendation for a $30,000 bond, considering the fact they could ask for a no bond hearing. I'm going to impose standard release conditions, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. Set this matter for a preliminary hearing again on the 28th. Appoint the office of the public defender for all further proceedings. Good luck to you, ma'am. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Yes, Frank Torres Cous.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with aggravated assault, domestic violence. Does the state have a recommendation on this matter?
Judge, the state recommends a bond of $50,000 given the Form 4C score as well as the intimate partner strangulation.
All right, thank you. I believe this case, we do have a victim on the line. If the person on the phone want to identify themselves for us, please. If you're muted, you get *62. Can the person on the phone hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, hi. Can I have your name, please? This is Judge Hazel.
Hi, my name is Vindiola.
Okay, and what is your relationship to the defendant?
Boyfriend and significant other person.
Okay, what would you like to tell me, ma'am?
But nothing at the moment, sir. That honest.
Okay, thank you. Attorney for the,
Thank you.
attorney for the defendant, would you like to say something?
Judge, we're asking for a much lower bond than the recommended 50,000. He does have full-time employment. He doesn't have any felony prior convictions. He doesn't have an active NVCA flag. He is scoring a level 1 on the pretrial services matrix. He can live with his mother, who's local. He's a lifetime resident. So for those reasons, we're asking you to consider a much lower bond.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna set the bond at $50,000 cash secured, set this matter for a preliminary hearing on the 28th. I'm gonna impose the following release conditions: no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. If he is post the bond, he will be supervised through pretrial services. Additional conditions: no contact with any victims. Don't return to any victim location. Lastly, I'm appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. Good luck to you, sir. For the attorneys, we have 2 other cases that we need to see in Aaho, so we can get them on the line here. One of them,
Also checking in, Your Honor.
one of them is a felony. Okay, who do we have on the video from Aaho?
Antonio Soto.
Okay, this is Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have a warrant for your arrest from the Aaho Justice Court for shoplifting. On your misdemeanor warrant, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date in Aaho on February the 3rd at 9 a.m. You must appear at that time with standard release conditions, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no weapons. So you are being released. Make sure
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
you make your next court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm taking this French here.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Garcia.
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with assault of a minor. On the video with us tonight is the attorney that's assigned to cover as the public defender, as well as our county attorney. Does the county attorney have a recommendation in this matter?
Judge, given the information in the interim complaint, the state is recommending a bond of $50,000.
Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we'd be asking you to consider a much lower bond. The victim doesn't live with the defendant, nor does the victim or lawful representative object to release. He has verified employment. He doesn't have any felony or misdemeanor priors. He's scoring a 1 on both the scales, no active NVCA flag, and a level 1 on the pretrial services matrix. So, Judge, we're asking for a lower bond considering his lack of criminal history and no failure to appear history and the nature of the charge.
Thank you. I'm going to set the bond at $20,000 cash secured. Pretrial bond is posted. Set this matter for a preliminary hearing on the 28th at 10 a.m. Standard release conditions will apply, including don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. Again, pretrial if bond is posted. No contact with any victims. Don't go to any victim location. Lastly, I'm appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. Sir, I set your bond at $20,000. Your new court date is the 28th. If you post a bond, you must appear, otherwise you'll be transported for that hearing. Good luck to you, sir. Is there anything further from the state tonight?
No, Judge, thank you.
Is there anything further from defense?
No, Judge, thank you. Good night.
Good luck to you.